Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Bible reading session. If you're new here, my name is Rita, and I go live reading the Bible, so you're free to join in. I have a plan on my community post, so you can go and check it out. It's the Bible reading plan for the month of April. Today, I'll be reading the book of Ezekiel, chapter 23 to chapter 26, because I missed yesterday's Bible reading. My apologies. And so I'll be reading yesterday's Bible reading and today. I'll be reading from the New Living Translation. Ezekiel chapter 23, the adultery of two sisters. This message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, once there were two sisters who were daughters of the same mother. They became prostitutes in Egypt. Even as young girls, they allowed men to fondle their breasts. The older girl was named Ohola, and her sister was Oholiba. I married them, and they bore me sons and daughters. I am speaking of Samaria and Jerusalem, for Ohola is Samaria, and Oholiba is Jerusalem. Then Ohola lusted after other lovers instead of me, and she gave her love to the Assyrian officers. They were all attractive young men, captains and commanders, dressed in handsome blue, charioteers driving their horses, and so she prostituted herself with the most desirable men of Assyria, worshipping their idols and defiling herself. But when she left Egypt, she did not leave her spirit of prostitution behind. She was still as lewd as in her youth. When the Egyptians slept with her, fondled her breast, and used her as a prostitute, and so I handed her over to her Assyrian lovers, whom she desired so much. They stripped her, took away her children and their slaves, and then killed her. After she received her punishment, her reputation was known to every woman in the land. Yet, even though Oholiba saw what had happened to Ohola, her sister, she followed right in her footsteps, and she was even more depraved, abandoning herself to lust and prostitution. She fawned over all the Assyrian officers, those captains and commanders in handsome uniforms, those charioteers driving their horses, all of them attractive young men. I saw the way she was going, defiling herself just like her older sister. Then she carried her prostitution even further. She fell in love with pictures that were painted on the wall, pictures of Babylonian military officers, outfitted in striking red uniforms, handsome belts encircled their waists, and flowing turbans round their heads. They were dressed like chariot officers from the land of Babylonia. When she saw these paintings, she longed to give herself to them. So she sent messengers to Babylonia to invite them to come over. So they came and committed adultery with her, defiling her in the bed of love. After being defiled, however, she rejected them in disgust. In the same way, I became disgusted with Oholiba and rejected her, just as I had rejected her sister, because she flaunted herself before them and gave herself to satisfy their lust. Yet she returned to even greater prostitution, remembering her youth when she was a prostitute in Egypt. She lusted after lovers with genitals as large as a donkey and emissions like those of a horse. And so, Oholiba, you relived your former days as a young girl in Egypt, when you first allowed your breasts to be fondled. The Lord's judgment of Oholiba. Therefore, Oholiba, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will send your lovers against you from every direction, those very nations from which you turned away in disgust. For the Babylonians will come with all the Chaldeans from Pekod and Shua and Phar, and all the Assyrians will come with them, handsome young captains, commanders, chariot officers, and other high-ranking officers, all riding their horses. They will all come against you from the north with chariots, wagons, and a great army prepared for attack. They will take up positions on every side, surrounding you with men armed with shields and helmets, and I will hand you over to them for punishment, so that they can do with you as they please. I will turn away, I will turn my anger my jealous anger against you, and they will deal harshly with you. They will cut off your nose and ears, and any survivors then will be slaughtered by your sword. Your children will be taken away as captives, and everything that is left will be burned. They will strip you of your beautiful clothes and jewels. In this way, I will put a stop to the lewdness and prostitution you brought from Egypt. You will never again cast longing eyes on those things and fondly remember your time in Egypt. For this is what the sovereign Lord says: I will surely hand you over to your enemies, to those you loathed, those you rejected. They will treat you with hatred and rob you of all your own, leaving you stark naked. The shame of your prostitution will be exposed to all the world. You brought all this on yourself by prostituting yourself to other nations, defiling yourself with all their idols. Because you have followed in your sister's footsteps, I will force you to drink the same cup of terror she drank. Yes, this is what the sovereign Lord says. You will drink from your sister's cup of terror, a cup that is large and deep. It is filled to the brim with scorn and derision. Drunkenness and anguish will fill you, for your cup is filled to the brim with distress and desolation. The same cup your sister Samaria drank, you will drain that cup of terror to the very bottom. Then you will smash it to pieces and beat your breast in anguish. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. And because you have forgotten me and turned your back on me, this is what the sovereign Lord says: you must bear the consequences of your lewdness and prostitution. The Lord's judgment on both sisters. The Lord said to me, Son of man, you must accuse Ohola and Oholiba of all their detestable sins. They have committed both adultery and murder: adultery by worshipping idols, and murder by burning as sacrifices to the children, as sacrifices the children bore to me. Furthermore, they have defiled my temple and violated my Sabbath day. On the very day that they sacrificed their children to their idols, they boldly came into my temple to worship. They came in and defiled my house. The sisters sent messengers to distant lands to get men. Then, when they arrived, you bathed yourself, painted your eyelids, and put on your finest jewels for them. You sat with them on a beautifully embroidered couch and put my incense and my special oils on a table that was spread before you. From your room came the sound of many men carousing. They were lustful men and drunkards from the wilderness, who put your bracelets, who put bracelets on your wrists and beautiful crowns on your heads. Then I said, if they really want to have sex with old, worn out prostitutes like this, let them. And that is what they did. They had sex with Ohola and Oholiba, these shameless prostitutes. But righteous people will judge these sister cities for what they really are: adulterers and murderers. Now, this is what the sovereign Lord says: bring an army against them and hand them over to be terrorized and plundered. For their enemies will stone them and kill them with swords. They will butcher their sons and daughters and burn their homes. In this way, I will put an end to lewdness and idolatry in the land, and my judgments will be a warning to all women not to follow your wicked example. You will be fully repaid for all your prostitution, your worship of idols. Yes, you will suffer the full penalty. Then you will know that I am the sovereign Lord. Ezekiel chapter 24, the sign of the cooking pots. On January 15, during the ninth year of King Joachim's captivity, this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, write down today's date, because on this very day of the king Babylon, the king of Babylon is beginning his attack against Jerusalem. Then give these rebels an illustration with this message from the sovereign Lord. Put a pot on the fire and pour in some water. Fill it with choice pieces of meat, the rump and the shoulder, and all the most tender cuts. Use only the best sheep from the flock, and heat well on the fire beneath the pot. Bring the pot to a boil, and cook the bones along the meat. Now, this is what the sovereign Lord says. What sorrow awaits Jerusalem, the city of murderers? She is a cooking pot whose corruption can't be cleaned out. Take the meat out in random order, for no piece is better than another. But the blood of her mothers is splashed on the rocks. It isn't even spilled on the ground, where the dust would cover it. So I will splash her blood on the rock for all to see, an expression of my anger and vengeance against her. This is what the sovereign Lord says. What sorrow awaits Jerusalem, the city of murderers? I myself will pile up the fuel beneath her. Yes, heap on the wood. Let the fire roar to make the pot boil. Cook the meat with many spices and afterward burn the bones. Now set the empty pot on the coals, heat it red hot, burn away the filth and corruption. But it's hopeless. The corruption can't be cleaned out. So throw it into the fire. Your impurity is your lewdness, and the corruption of your idolatry. I tried to cleanse you, but you refused. So now you will remain in your filth until my fury against you has been satisfied. I, the Lord, have spoken. The time has come, and I won't hold back. I will not change my mind, and I will have no pity on you. You will be judged on the basis of all your wicked actions, says the sovereign Lord. The death of Ezekiel's wife. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, with one blow I will take away your dearest treasure. Yet you must not show any sorrow at her death. Do not weep. Let there be no tears. Mourn silently, but let there be no wailing at her grave. Do not uncover your head or take off your sandals. Do not perform the usual rituals of mourning or accept any food brought to you by consoling friends. So I proclaimed this to the people the next morning, and in the evening, my wife died. The next morning, I did everything I had been told to do. Then the people asked, what does all this mean? What are you trying to tell us? So I said to them, a message came to me from the Lord, and I was told to give this message to the people of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I will defile my temple, the source of your security and pride, the place your heart delights in. Your sons and daughters whom you left behind in Judah will be slaughtered by the sword. Then you will do as Ezekiel has done. You will not mourn in public or console yourself by eating the food brought by your friends. Your heads will remain covered and your sandal will not be taken off. You will not you will not mourn or weep, but you will waste away because of your sins. You will groan among yourselves for all the evil you have done. Ezekiel is an example for you. You will do just as he has done. And when that time comes, you will know that I am the sovereign Lord. Then the Lord said to me, Son of man, on the day I take away their stronghold, their joy and glory, their heart's desire, their dearest treasure, I will also take away their sons and daughters. And on that day, a survivor from Jerusalem will come to you in Babylon and tell you what has happened. And when he arrives, your voice will suddenly return so you can talk to him, and you will be a symbol for these people. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel chapter 25, a message for Ammon. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, turn and face the land of Ammon and prophesy against its people. Give the Ammonites this message from the sovereign Lord. Hear the word of the sovereign Lord, because you cheered when my temple was defiled, mocked Israel in her desolation, and laughed at Judah as she went away into exile. I will allow nomads from the eastern deserts to overrun your country. They will set up their camps among you and pitch their tents on your land. They will harvest all your fruits and drink the milk from your livestock. And I will turn the city of Rabbah into a pasture for camels, and all the land of the Ammonites into a resting place for sheep and goats. Then you will know that I am the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Because you clapped and danced and cheered with glee at the destruction of my people, I will raise my fist of judgment against you. I will give you as plunder to many nations, and I will cut you off from being a nation and destroy you completely. Then you will know that I am the Lord. A message from Moab. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Because the people of Moab have said that Judah is just like all the other nations, I will open up their eastern flank and wipe out their glorious frontier towns, Bet Jeshimoth, Balmeon, and Kiriatham, and I will hand Moab over to nomads from the eastern deserts, just as I handed over Ammon. Yes, the Ammonites will no longer be counted among the nations. In the same way, I will bring my judgment down on the Moabites. Then they will know that I am the Lord. A message for Edom. This is what the sovereign Lord says. The people of Edom have sinned greatly by avenging themselves against the people of Judah. Therefore, says the sovereign Lord, I will raise my fist of judgment against Edom. I will wipe out its people and animals with sword. I will make a wasteland of everything from Teman to Dedan. I will accomplish this by the hand of my people of Israel. They will carry out my vengeance with anger, and Edom will know that this vengeance is from me. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. A message for Philistia. This is what the sovereign Lord says. The people of Philistia have acted against Judah out of bitter revenge and long-standing contempt. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will raise my fist of judgment against the land of the Philistines, and I will wipe out the Kerethites and utterly destroy the people who live by the sea. I will execute terrible vengeance against them to punish them for what they have done. And when I have inflicted my revenge, they will know that I am the Lord. Final chapter for today, Ezekiel chapter 26. A message for Tyre. On February 3, during the 12th year of King Joachim's captivity, this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, Tyre has rejoiced over the fall of Jerusalem, saying, Ha! She who was the gateway to the rich trade routes to the east has been broken, and I am the heir. Because she has been made desolate, I will become wealthy. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I am your enemy, O Tyre. I will bring many nations against you, like the waves of the sea crashing against your shoreline. They will destroy the walls of Tyre and tear down its towers. I will scrape away its soil and make it a bare rock. It will be just a rock in the sea, a place for fishermen to spread their nets. For I have spoken, says the sovereign Lord. Tyre will become the prey of many nations, and its mainland villages will be destroyed by the sword. Then they will know that I am the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. From the north I will bring King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon against Tyre. He is king of kings and brings his horses, chariots, charioteers, and great army. First, he will destroy your mainland's villages. Then he will attack you by building a siege wall, constructing a ramp, and raising a roof of shields against you. He will pound your walls with battering rams and demolish your towers with sledgehammers. The hooves of his horses will choke the city with dust, and the noise of the charioteers and chariot wheels will shake your walls as a storm through your broken gates. His horsemen will trample through every street in the city. They will butcher your people, and your strong pillars will topple. They will plunder all your riches and merchandise and break down your walls. They will destroy your lovely homes and dump your stones and timbers and even your dust into the sea. They will stop the music of your songs. No more will the sound of harps be heard among your people. They will make your island a bare rock, a place for fishermen to spread their nets. It will never be rebuilt. I, the Lord, have spoken. Yes, the sovereign Lord has spoken. This is what the sovereign Lord says to Tyre. The whole coastline will tremble at the sound of your fall, as the screams of the wounded echo in the continuing slaughter. All the seaport rulers will step down from their thrones and take off their royal robes and beautiful clothing. They will sit, they will sit on the ground, trembling with horror at your destruction. Then they will wail for you, singing these funerals. O famous island city, once ruler of the sea, how you have been destroyed, the people with their naval power. Once spread fear around the world, now the coastlines tremble at your fall. The islands are dismayed as you disappear. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I will make Tyre an uninhabited ruin like many others. I will bury you beneath the terrible waves of enemy attack. Great seas will swallow you. I will send you to the pits to join those who descended there long ago. Your city will lie in ruins, buried beneath the earth like those in the pit who have entered the world of the dead. You will have no place of respect here in the land of the living. I will bring you to a terrible end and you will exist no more. You will be looked for, but you will never be again found. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. That brings us to the end of today's Bible reading session. Thank you for staying tuned today, and I'll see you in our next Bible reading. Have a lovely night.